This is Inside Heavy, where we are talking heavy metal. Today, we hook up with Chris Reifert. He's the drummer and part-time vocalist for the California death metal group Abscess. You may recognize Chris Reifert's name associated with the death metal champions Autopsy. Abscess, Chris's current band, has a new CD coming on the market in mid-March, and it's entitled Dawn of Inhumanity. Chris joins us right here on Inside Heavy to give us the scoop. So stay where you're at. We'll be right back with Chris Reifert from Abscess.
Heavy music? Do you like saving money? Then go to the Inside Heavy Metal Shop, where we've compiled a comprehensive list of all your favorite metal artists for the best prices on the internet. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. We've got clothing, jewelry, cell phones, and MP3 players. It's the Inside Heavy Metal Shop, powered by Amazon.com. Check it out.
We are back with Chris Reifert from Abscess, right here on Inside Heavy. Joined on the phone by Abscess drummer Chris Reifert. Chris, how you doing?
Oh, spectacular. Absolutely spectacular.
Fantastic. Abscess is one of those bands out there that's a cornerstone I guess you're into the death metal genre. And you've been around a long time, and you got news for your fans. A new CD's coming out. Tell us about it.
Well, it's our best one yet. Definitely. We created our own little world with it. We're really happy with it. It's pretty damn heavy, and I think people are going to like it.
Fantastic. Dawn of Inhumanity is the title. I've sampled it, and it's definitely heavy. If people like the music heavy and dark, you've done a good job with the new CD. I'll tell you one track that stood out to me was Torn from Tomorrow. I didn't get a chance to listen to too much of your CD because I didn't have time. I just got it downloaded today. But that was a really cool track. What's your favorite on the CD?
Oh, pretty much the whole thing. We tried to set it up to where, you want to hear the whole album all at once, and every song sounds good, before and after the one next to it, and just create just a constant flow from start to finish. So it's hard to pick out one song, I just kind of get lost when I put it on, and forget about everything else that's going on until it's over.
Sure. Now,
got a generic cop out there, but the truth nonetheless.
Sure. Now, I understand that you and Danny Corrales have been in other bands together, and he's in Abscess as well. You guys write together and stuff?
Well, yeah, not in the same room at the same time as far as writing. Usually we, everyone, kind of writes at home, and then when we all get together, we, bring what we have, say, hey, I got a new song, check it out. And then everyone, learns it and puts their own, their own takes into it as well, can add to it or what have you.
Sure.
I've been playing in bands with Danny for 22 years now, so we definitely work pretty well together, I'd say.
Absolutely. Tell me about the death metal genre, if you would. Heavy metals, as you know, is a genre that has so many subgenres. What in the world is the difference between death metal and doom metal? You're in death. They said, isn't it funny how there's so many tags on things? But that's the one that you happen to fall into. What's the difference between death metal and doom metal, I guess? Yeah,
I get pretty burnt out on all the tags and subgenres and all that too. I mean, there's just call it what you want. I don't really get into that whole debate about what's, death metal and what's doom or funeral doom or this or that. I actually get asked that quite a bit, like my take on the relevancy or irrelevancy of death metal and where it's going to progress in the future and where it's coming along. And I just can't be bothered with kind of like analyzing it. I'd rather just play it, and let other people talk about that stuff and titles and, what's true death or not or whatever. It's like, fuck, man, I don't know. I just don't get into that too much.
Sure. I would think it would be a hard thing to put your finger on anyways. Some of it's so close, and to me, metal's metal, you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, to a point. I mean, some things are, you know, I mean, definitely, you know, pretty different from other things. You know, I mean, you know, you play like, say, Anvil up against, you know, Abscess or something, and there's going to be a pretty serious difference, but, you know, definitely they both fall under the heavy category, you know, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, like the vocals, that makes a big difference, I guess, towards what's considered death metal or something. But, you know, but then again, it is all metal at the end of the day. So it's the same with any kind of music, you know, there's all these, even in like just the rock world, you know, there's all these sub, you know, categories and this and that. And fuck it, man. Just if you like it, listen to it.
Absolutely. Now, you guys going to get a chance to go out on the road and support Inhumanity?
We're going to see what happens. We're definitely not going to tour. We're not a touring band by any means, you know. We'll just let other bands do that who like to do that and are able to do that. We just can't, and you know, it's just not our thing. But for like a select show, you know, once in a while here or there, that could be likely. But right now, we're kind of just going to let the album do the talking for us for a little bit and kind of take the best course of action from there.
Right.
So we're not trying to like go out in there and tour to support it, you know, like some bands do or what. We're a little bit backwards in that department, but it seems to work out the best for us.
Well, it just seems it's so hard for bands to tour in this day and age. It costs an arm and a leg. And to me, that would be the dreariest part of it. I'm sure it's fun to play, but after you've driven 10 hours to get there, how tough is it to even to get on the road and do some of these bands live on the road in vans and
yeah, a lot of bands do that. And, you know, I know people who love doing that and been doing it for, you know, 20 years or whatever, and they just never get tired of it, or if they do, they just, you know, continue with it anyways. But, you know, we've done it a few times, you know, in the past, and just, you know, just don't really want to do that at this point, you know. Yeah, it's pretty hard. The States is probably an especially tough sell, I would say, for a touring band, but you know, everyone handles it their own way. But, you know, probably one of the reasons we've been playing with Abscess for 16 years now is because we haven't been touring. You know, we don't all hate each other, or, you know, and got burnt out on the road or whatever happens, you know, because that stuff can, you know, get pretty intense when you're out on the road for a long time.